You're listening to the Impact Implosion on the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
Episode of the Impact Implosion. It is January 11th, 2018. As always, I am Seth Draken, and on the other end, it's the man that is KM to my Franklin, Mr. Mike Poland.
Are you calling me a liar?
Okay, I think we need to get into some news. There were some tapings. 2 shows already been taped for the next tapings. And we have a new world champion.
Yes, we do.
They decided to bring back Austin Aries on the very first night he comes back, he wins the world title.
See, Impact Wrestling, everybody.
Yep. And then they did a match again, and they said, oh, he's now the world champion again. I guess maybe because they, the way they did the first one, maybe that they didn't officially recognize him as the world champion. Probably it was an impromptu match.
Ring the bell.
Impromptu match. They said he can't decide it's a world champion, so bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Sanjay Dutt out 9 to 12 months.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What did he do?
He tore his Achilles.
Ooh.
He had to go into surgery for it. So he's going to be out for a long time.
Yep.
And also, Ed Nordholm and Anthem have agreed with the Woken Hardy to give him everything back that they've held up for years.
Oh, a year.
Yeah, held up for a year. Also, Meltzer thinks Rey Mysterio is Impact bound.
Nope.
I don't know yet. He's not Impact bound yet, but who knows? They brought in Cage today, so.
Yeah. They also have Tyrus back.
Oh, God, yeah, they brought Tyrus back. And they already are having him feud with EC3.
Who's the face?
I guess Tyrus this time.
Oh, God.
I know.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know any of this.
Johnny Impact's the next contender in line.
And I learned today that Brian Cage and Melissa Santos from Lucha Underground are a couple, and Melissa is pregnant.
Lucky bastard. Anyway.
Yeah, lucky bastard. Okay,
That's
Impact.
the one that was Alyssa Flash, right?
What?
Melissa Santos? Is that the one that was Alyssa?
No, that was the re-announcer for Lucha Underground.
I thought that was Cheerleader Melissa.
No, Cheerleader Melissa is a different one. Melissa is something, I think Melissa's something else, but no, it's not Alyssa Flash.
Oh, okay. Someone said
it's the re-announcer from Lucha Underground, who is very attractive.
And actually probably the best of any female ring announcer I've ever heard.
Yeah, probably. Which means Impact won't bring her in.
Eventually, one day.
No, they won't. I said they won't.
God forbid we actually have somebody could be a good one.
Or someone who says they call him Cage. Actually could probably do better than the ring announcer can do with Brian Cage. Okay, so...
And on that note...
montage of what happened of last week in an OK show. And, oh yeah, they really did better with telling us that James Storm's gone than last week.
Yep.
Congratulations. Oh yeah, and so here comes Dan Lambert and Franklin. And one fan hates Dan Lambert enough to tell him to shut up. We'll get to that fan later. We'll get to that fan later because she also appears later on. Dan Lambert refers to Impact Wrestling as cockroaches. Well, he isn't wrong. They've canceled TV deals, and they still live. WCW and ECW aren't as much cockroaches as Impact. Once they lost their TV deals, they died.
Yep, and WWE took what they wanted from them.
Yep. So the newest member of American Top Team is KM, and Franklin is not happy with Dan saying KM did what Franklin couldn't in putting down James Storm. You didn't ask.
And you're planting seeds for that feud.
And then seems KM also has issues with Franklin telling him to prove himself.
Well, you really haven't done much in Impact in general there, KM.
And then there were "You screwed Storm" chants. And KM says
Ottawa, not Montreal. Come on now.
I single-handedly took out Moose last week. And here he comes. And here he comes to attack KM.
He did a terrible job of it.
Of course, Franklin is there to help KM, but Eddie Edwards is there to help Moose. So they run off ATT.
AT&T.
Yep, and time for EC3's Open Challenge.
And guess what? It's not going to be Matt Sydal answering it.
EC3 does a Montreal dig, says, oh, you should be a member of the Montreal Canadiens. And that one fan who told Dan says Ottawa Senators.
Ottawa Senators, not the Canadians.
Oh, yeah, the Ottawa Senators. He's adoring. And that one fan who told Dan Lambert to shut up said, oh, hell no! I wonder if she was a plant. If she was one of the ones that got paid to be there. So EC3 says, bring out a referee. Oh, nameless referee number 3. Yeah. And here comes Petey Williams. And
his last appearance in Impact until the next time they're in Canada.
Yeah, JB keeps trying to say that PD's comeback star 2017.
No.
He hasn't beaten anyone since his return, except for some jobbers. That's all he's done. Every time he's fought a big guy, he's lost.
Including a couple of X Division title losses.
Yeah. TNA, download the Global Wrestling Network app. Me, no!
Not until you get it on Roku.
I'm not even going to do it when you get it on Roku.
I might do it when you get it on Roku. I can't download it on my computer.
If New Japan comes on Roku, I might get that and cancel my Chikara one. So yeah, TK3, 2 count. Seems PD jumped and may have hurt his knee on the outside. But that doesn't matter, because here comes Matt Sydal to attack EC3 from behind to cause a DQ. And PD powders away, I guess.
Everybody.
Oh, yeah. So, we get an interview with Allie, who is mad that LVN beat her up last week. Backstage.
I am not meek. I am not weak.
I'm going to, if you want to play games, we'll play. So Eli Drake.
I love Allie, but I just cannot buy her in this babyface role.
Yeah. I can't, I love Cherry Bomb. I can't buy her. I can buy Allie. I can kind of buy Allie, but I kind of can. It's just, They're not doing it right. They're not doing it right.
She still sounds weird, like awkward on the microphone.
Yeah, they're not doing it right.
Right.
So
you're doing
Eli
it all wrong.
Drake and Chris Adonis are here, and so is Alberto Lamierda, and he destroys some stuff as he is mad.
It's that Latin temper.
Yep. And then Matt Sydal cuts a promo, says, "You called me out, and I came, and you didn't prepare for me." I'm like, you attacked him from behind.
Like a great baby face.
Yeah, great baby face you are. And he's like, 60 minutes, no refs. Well, fire the rounds, get rid of the refs, or get rid of the judges.
Basically, you want to win the title without having to fight by the rules.
I know, seriously.
We went over that last week.
I know, and yes, this is the new thing they're going to do. This is how they're going to get rid of the rules. Because Don Callis hates those rules.
Oh, he's right for hating them. But...
Yeah, they're stupid, but you should have a heel do this, not a baby face.
Have a heel bury the concept.
Yeah. So, GWN match of the week. James Storm beats Kurt Angle for his only world title, despite JB saying that was just his first. And, man, oh man. Seeing Tenay when he's just cashing a check at Taz, and then having to go back and JB and Josh. The unenthusiastic
We're both just cashing checks.
This is so fucking depressing. It is. Even today, when he's just cashing in a check and not giving a shit, puts more effort than JB and Josh.
My God, I don't believe it. James Storm is world champion. And we're back, and James Storm is gone, and we're sad.
Yeah, my poor James Storm. Well, congrats, James Storm. That was a great moment, indeed.
Hopefully Callis talked to Don and whoever else talked to these guys and said, hey, at least be enthused about what you're calling.
Yeah, or at least made them watch the Impact channel that's on Pluto TV or something and say, act more like these guys. Please.
Act more like Don West.
Or Mike Tenay when he was still cared. Act more like these. Give a shit. Come on. We're doing
I know they're not paying you much, but at least care.
Yeah. So next match is a non-title match between Casey Spinelli and Laurel Van Ness. And Laurel's the heel, right? Because the crowd doesn't think so. Let's go, Laurel.
Where's she from?
Oh, Laurel's from Canada.
That's why.
I know. And Laurel beats up KM for touching her fur coat.
For KM? She beat up KM?
KC. Sorry. So many Ks. So she won with the unpretty. Laurel Van Ness won with the unprettier. Allie comes in to attack LVN, and LVN runs that way after the bit. Yep.
Well, at least this attack makes sense because LVN beat her up last week.
Yeah. This attack makes a little more sense. She's just receipt. That's a fucking receipt.
And even Borash was trying to explain that while Matthews was like,
what is she doing here? It's called a receipt, Josh.
Payback.
It's called payback. So hour one was freaking boring. And then here comes the light break.
A good segment here.
For calling these fans dummies for living in sub-zero weather.
He doesn't live in the Northeast.
I'm not going to disagree with him that sub-zero weather is kind of dumb at this point.
But you can't help it.
I know. Well, I could, and I went there for a few days. By the way, it's fucking cold up there.
Not as bad as it has been, but it's still cold.
Yeah, well, I was in upper New York, and it was 1 fucking degree. And then the wind chill makes it negative. At least, and then
I was outside.
Yeah, the wind chill made it negative.
Yeah, especially when I have to walk in places sometimes. So that makes it hard to walk.
Yeah, you better.
It makes it hard to breathe when you walk.
Yeah, you better have gloves or a hat, or you're getting frostbite in 30 minutes.
Well, I'm not walking that far.
I know. If you're out there for 30 minutes,
Oh no, not 30.
No, yeah, you'll lose. You'll go numb. So yeah, Eli Drake says Lemierda should go back from trying to play in the shark big fish to going back to the kiddie pool. Oh yeah, I'm going to Detroit to defend the title. We don't know who it is against because here comes Lemierda, and the crowd is cheering for this piece of shit.
Even though he's a heel.
Even though he's a heel, he cuts a babyface promo.
And Johnny Impact comes out as well.
Drake doesn't have the cojones to go face to face with him, and I'm like, he did last week.
Beat you.
Yeah, last week in New Jersey, he won. Even though he hit you with the belt, he won. That was a receipt. That was also a receipt for when you hit him with the belt. Yeah. Lemire says, I'll be in Detroit next week, but I don't want to wait till then. And here comes Johnny Impact. And Johnny Impact says, well, it seems like you guys are going to have a party, so I'll be there as well. I like a party. And by the way, he calls them turd cutters.
Shut up, Johnny.
Your insults are bad.
Your promos are bad. Okay, so this is what bothers me here is that if I remember reading the spoilers, they take the cage match that hasn't aired yet.
Yeah, for I guess a few weeks. Yeah, that hasn't aired yet.
And I've read like somebody posted something on some forum that said it was supposed to air next week, but next week is the last week of the Ottawa tapings.
No, I think the week after.
No, the week after is the week for the.
Well, guess what? They'll probably probably some shit will happen in Detroit, not a real match, and then we'll come back here for a real match.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm not going to be here next week, people. But I'll explain that later.
Be here today.
Won't be here next week, so I'll explain that later on. But Impact also doesn't want to wait, and everyone fights. Fight!
They don't want to wait for their TV deal to expire.
No, they don't. So yes, this is going to happen in another promotion. Or maybe it'll happen.
Everybody.
Yep. Your world title matches happen in other programs. So then we get the Pluto TV rewind that James Mitchell, shaving Raven bald and shaved too hard, he was bleeding. That he actually cut him. Because he shaved him too hard. With an electric razor, by the way.
I'll cut you.
Yeah. I'm not kidding. This man is not a good barber. He cut him too. He's
worse than Brutus Beefcake.
Yeah. He's got to shave the man bald, and he shaves right in his scalp with an electric.
Ow!
That's not easy.
That hurts.
You got to try with an electric razor. It's not easy doing that. I've had it done once. It hurt. Yeah, it fucking hurt. I never went to that barbershop again. So, backstage, Lambert's talking about how great KM is, and Franklin's just like annoyed, rolling his eyes. Setting up his eventual turn. So, yeah, and it's time for Chandler to be happy about winning, while Joseph says you need to calm down. You got beginner's luck in your first match. And then here comes Jimmy Jacobs, who basically says, I'm set. Where's Abyss? And he's like, oh, I'm glad Abyss won't be here. Then immediately turns because there's one monster, and it's going to be Congo Cat, which scares the Parks. And by the way, Chandler Park sounds a lot like Kermit the Frog.
Hi-ho, Chandler Park here.
Hi-ho, Chandler Park here. Kermit, this is Chandler Park from Park and Park and Park. Yay!
Would Joseph be Miss Piggy?
Yeah, I don't know, but
or maybe Gonzo.
I eventually thought OVE just set up their own clubhouse, but no, this is LAX's clubhouse, and they're trashing it. They took the money and the flags.
They took the money, the flag.
Yeah.
Apparently they shot an angle on the next that'll air on the first, or one of the first Impact, where they're gonna, well, I won't say it.
Move on, yeah, well, they'll move on, but yeah, hold on. Yeah, LAX is mad that their clubhouse got trashed. Took the money, the flags, and they're pissed. And they're like, these crackers are crazy. And by the way, with bad mics and stuff, and the commentators not giving, next week's gonna be Barbed Wire Massacre 3. And the commentator was like, oh, we're gonna have the third time ever in our company.
Has there only really been 3 of these?
I don't know, but yeah, third time ever, Barbed Wire Massacre. We haven't done this a lot. Yay!
Trying to be more excited than we are.
Yeah. Oh my God, holy shit, we're having Barbed Wire Massacre 3. Holy hell, that's gonna be amazing. And and if not amazing, it's definitely gonna feel like a car crash. But you will not want to look away, folks. You will not want to look away.
You don't want to miss it.
You don't want to miss it. So yes, 6-man X Division tag team match. Trevor Lee, Caleb Conley, and Global Forge winner Hakeem Zayn take on Desmond Xavier, Sanjay Dutt, and a one-armed Garza Jr. Seriously, Garza Jr. cannot do an Irish whip correctly and has to take off his pants with one arm. Why is this fucking guy wrestling? Why? Impact, you should realize you should have realized after Bound for Glory, be like, this motherfucker can't wrestle. He's injured. Dude, I know you want to wrestle and get a paycheck, but dude, we can't use you. We can't use him, man. Seriously, you need to get that checked. Oh yeah, by the way, this was taped before Sanjay Dutt's injury, so. Oh yeah, Desmond Xavier pins Hakeem Zayn with his final flash. Then Taiji Ishimori comes out with his X Division title stare down Desmond. Match happens next week. And then it's time for our main event tag team match. Moose and Eddie Edwards take on Franklin and KM. And god damn it, Josh. Eddie Edwards lost the JHC title. Stop saying he's the current one.
Maybe this was taped before he lost it.
I don't care. They've had enough sense.
Update the commentary, damn it.
To update their commentary for certain other things. They've had for a Trump joke. They made a, I forget what it was. I forget which match it was, but I wasn't going to mention it. But they did an update on a Trump joke. They have updates for that, but not for this shit, which would actually kind of be important. This match is nothing. KM actually pins Eddie Edwards, but thanks to a Dan Lambert distraction. And this show gets a D. This was a bad show.
Yeah.
And
yes, it was.
Everyone, I am not going to be here next week because next week's my birthday, and I am not wasting my time or my 34-year birth for this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. God, I don't want to be. Welcome to another episode of Impact Implosion. We're here. We're going to watch some guys barbed wire. And then some guys fight in a cage, maybe. Oh, no, they're probably going to fight in Detroit somewhere. Who knows? And then Chandler Park versus Congo Cat and Ali taking on, Taiji Ishimori versus not Laurel Van Ness. Taiji Ishimori versus...
maybe in some other form, but not a wrestling
Taiji
match.
Ishimori taking on Desmond Xavier. Yeah, it's going to be great. You don't miss it. We're going to watch three guys, and one of them calling people turd cutters.
That sounds enthralling.
That sounds great, JB. That sounds awesome. And in fact, it sounds so awesome. In fact, I am going to monotone and not give a flying fuck and just cash my check. And not even bother to update it. Because that's what we do here at Impact. Yep, that's right, Josh. We don't give a shit. We're done with this company. But unfortunately, they are paying us. We do not care. Right, that is, Josh. We don't give a shit. By the way, Matt Sydal and EC3 will be next week, I think, too. In a regular match for the grand title. Yep. Don't forget to download our wrestling app. It hasn't made it to Roku yet. This fucking show.
Lack of enthusiasm.
Lack of enthusiasm is making me.
Anyway,
not doing
this week?
I made a mistake last week in saying there were only going to be 12 nominees. There are actually 16. Not that it means shit, because it looks like fucking Jurassic School has run away with this goddamn thing. Oh, dear Lord, I am not going to enjoy doing that. That is my... By the way, also, I will be probably posting next week my worst of the year list. And guess what? Jurassic School was number 1. I'm going to suffer a lot with that bullshit. And guess what also I have to do? I have to buy it because Netflix only has it on streaming services, not on DVD. So I have to buy the fucking movie.
Yeah.
God damn it. I don't want to buy this fucking movie, but I have to. Because you all want me to. By the way, my favorite movie of the year was War of the Planet of the Apes, if anyone's interested in that. I also said that. So do you have anything to sell?
Yes. Limitless Wrestling presents The World Is Ours on January 19th in Westbrook, Maine. And currently you have on the card the team of Troy Nelson and Dick Justice, known as Whiskey Dick, versus Brett Domino and D.L. Hurst.
Whiskey Dick? Wow.
Yes. I was waiting for that.
Whiskey Dick.
Fantastic.
Whiskey Dick!
I hope they do that. Ethan Page and the Thick Boys will battle members of the Dream Team, managed by Stokely Hathaway. We're not sure which members yet. We have Martin Stone versus Fred Yehi and David Starr. A triple threat match. We have the Main Street Posse against Alley Cat, Ashley Vox, and Chris Sadlander in a trios mixed... No, what is it? It's a trios, intergender trios match. There you go. We have the Lethal Enforcers of James Drake and Anthony Henry against Massage NV. We have Deonna Purrazzo against Tessa Blanchard Jeff Cobb against Darby Allin, Matt Cross against Maxwell Jacob Friedman, Eddie Kingston against Chris Dickinson, and in the main event, it is a power struggle as Ace Romero, Josh Briggs, JT Dunn, and Anthony Green will battle it out in the main event of this show. And that's what I have.
And with that said, Miley, we are heading to bed.
Good night, and see you in 2 weeks, everybody.